Hey everybody, Chris Eggleston here with GravityRanger.com, and in this tutorial we're going to be going over how to create or set up custom user meta fields for the user profile within the WordPress user profile that syncs up with your Gravity Forms form, so that you can pull data from the form and store it within the user profile. Now, we typically use this same strategy whenever we're building a membership site that we're going to use Gravity Forms for. And at GravityRanger.com, we're actually building a membership site currently. And this is exactly what we're doing, is using the same process to build out a more detailed user profile, so that we can then pull that data into pages and things like that within Gravity Forms. Within our WordPress site. We're not using any membership plugins. We're strictly using Gravity Forms, a content restricting plugin, and then advanced custom fields, and doing everything that way. And so, let's see. This is off the cuff, but maybe we'll take a quick peek behind the scenes here of GravityRanger.com and take a look at what we've done. So to give you an idea, let me just go to a profile here, and you'll notice within the profile we have custom fields right down here. We labeled them user fields. Okay, so name, last name, email, phone number, an about, a profile image, membership level, start date. Okay, so those are the fields, and then we're populating all of that data from the form when the user registers or signs up and creates their account. Okay, so we're using Gravity Forms user registration add-on, and when they fill out the form, all this data gets populated into the user profile. So that we can then use that data throughout the site in other locations. For example, let's go see what it's probably not done yet, but let's see what the user my account page looks like. Okay, so this is the main dashboard for my account page, and again, we're not using any membership plugins. This is all strictly custom build. And we just did that because we wanted to see if we could. So if I go to settings, you'll see the first thing that comes up is profile details. And so now you'll see I'm pulling in that profile image, I'm pulling in the name, I'm pulling in contact information over here, and I'm pulling in that profile bio information as well, and displaying that here on the profile detail page. Now, if I want to edit this information as user, I click on edit profile. That then shows me the form with all that data pre-populated using merge tags, user merge tags, and then I can come in here and change any of this if I want to whatever I want. Click update, and then it'll show the update here on the profile page and within the user area. Okay, and then again, we've got all these other sections here. You'll see your subscription information here, which will use the same thing, because again, within the user profile, we have a field that pulls in the subscription level. So they're an elite monthly membership level, and then the start date, so that we know when things should be renewing. So we'll have all that information displayed there. Order history will also be displayed. We have a form to where you can reset your password when you're logged in, things like that. So that's a quick look behind the scenes of what we got going on there. So let me show you how we do that. Now, the first thing we have is our registration form. I've already created this form for simplicity demonstration purposes. And you'll see I've got a name, an email, a phone, a website. I got my X handle. It's actually called username now. My X username. I got a username, which will be used. That might be confusing, but anyway, for demonstration purposes, this username is for the account. that they're going to be creating when they register for whatever you're registering for, their password that they're going to create. And then I've got two hidden fields. One is the enrollment date. Again, I show that here as start date. Okay. And then, and this is primarily for usage for things like renewals, to make sure things are being renewed. If it's on a monthly plan, I should see, that this was the start date, and then it renewed. It's been renewing every month, so that I would know. Okay. Now it's also useful if you've got like an annual option as well. The user can come in, you'll be able to, audit profiles and see, hey, they subscribed 2 years ago and they only paid the one time. What happened? So anyway, enrollment date, that's just populated by the date merge tag, and that will just grab the date when the form is submitted. And then subscription, this grabs their actual subscription they're signing up for, like it shows there. In this case, I don't have it set up in this demonstration in this test site. So all I'm going to do is just set a default value to Elite Ranger Monthly, since that is our subscription name. So that'll populate something in there. Okay, so I've got that set up, but I still need to create my user registration feed. So we'll go to settings, user registration, and we'll click on add new. And we're going to do a create user. So now we're going to map these fields: username, first name, last name, nickname. We'll just do first name. Display name will be first name. Display name. So example, this is display name here. Howdy, Chris Egg. Chris Egg is my username, but it's also being used as a display name by default in WordPress. So since I'm changing the display name, it will show howdy, and then whatever the user registers is their first name here. Email address is email, select a role. Now, another thing that we do when we build out membership sites is modify roles. So let's just see what role. I don't even know. Oh, I'm an admin, so I won't see the role. Anyway, and the way we do that is via code. Again, I tried to avoid using a bunch of plugins. So I've probably created user roles in here somewhere. Okay, I don't see them, but anyway, I've got user roles somewhere. Maybe I haven't created them yet, but so this code right here is basically what we use to pull data from the advanced custom fields into different sections of the site using the block editor. So this just creates a bunch of advanced custom field blocks that we can then use within our page layout. So anyway, that's a little bit off course there. So let's jump back over here. So user role, again, you can create as many user roles as you want within WordPress. You either have to use a plugin or custom code, but you're going to have to assign your users to a role. Typically, I would set them up as like member or elite member, something that's corresponding to their what they're subscribing to, which plan they're subscribing to, or which membership they're subscribing to. Because then I use those roles to limit access to the content. And so it's easier just to say, okay, everybody with this user role, if it's a free Ranger membership, then they get free. If it's an Elite Ranger, then it's if it's an Elite Ranger, then I'll be able to say, okay, then they get access to all these things. Okay, so that's typical. I create custom roles, but you can do that how you want. So we're just going to use subscriber for now, since it's the basic one and it's available. So I'm not going to enable user activation. Once this form is submitted, it means that the user's account is created and active. We can send the user an email about their account. For now, I'm just going to leave it to the default WordPress email that gets sent. I can use notifications and create a custom notification as it explains here in this help tag, but we'll just leave it like that for now. Enable conditional logic. I don't need to enable conditional logic at this time. So now I've got that saved. Okay, now what I need to do is map all the custom fields that I have to different keys so I can store this. Now the way I'm going to do this is using advanced custom fields. So first thing I have to do before I can use the user meta data here, I need to go to advanced custom fields and create field groups. Okay, so just like I did over here, I created this user fields field group. Okay, so we'll do the same thing. We're going to add a field group. We'll give this a group name of user meta. Okay, so this first one, I don't think they have a name field. No. Okay, so this first one is just going to be a text field. So this will be first name. Okay, and just let it populate that. Okay. And then we'll add another one, which will be last name. Okay, in advanced custom fields, you have all these other things, validations, instructions, placeholders. I'm not using any of that because, again, I'm just using these to create those fields. Okay, so what else do I need? I need an email. And now technically I don't have to because like name and email already exist. In the profile, so I wouldn't have to necessarily do this. I could use those, but this is going to make it easier throughout the entire process of being able to pull the data in, doing it all the same way, using custom advanced field blocks instead of multiple ways of pulling in the data. So I need a URL because I'm collecting their website address. Okay. I need a phone. I don't think they have phone. So we just use a text field and we'll call it phone. Okay, what else am I collecting? Let's get my form back up. Okay. Oh, my X handle. Okay, so we need to add another field. Text. Call this X handle. Oh, username. Did I not save that? It's no, I did. Okay, so X username. Now I'm adding user before this just so I can identify them easier and to have some consistency. You can label them whatever you want as long as you're not using anything that's predetermined or set aside for WordPress core. And it will tell you if you do, you should get an error. But enrollment date. So I want another one. I'm just going to leave it text because then it will just copy exactly what have. Okay, what I collect. And then the last one was subscription. Okay, and then user. All right, so now I've got these. I've got this profile or this field group created for user meta. So now I need to determine where I want this used. This is so let's see how I set this up over here. So edit this one. User role is equal to all. Okay. So user role is equal to all. So all user roles, these fields will be applied to all user roles. Okay. Now let me save those changes. Oops, it's in the wrong one. Okay, so we've got that set up now. Okay, so we've got our edit field group all set up. I'm going to actually edit these real quick. Sorry. So they're the same, because I'll likely see two of them. Save that again. Okay. So now I've got my user meta field set up. So these should display inside of the user profile. Right here, user meta. So here they all are. Okay. So now what I need to do is go back to my form, go back to my user registration feed, edit it. And now that I have all that meta fields created, I can come here and start mapping these together. So remember, I named them all user something, which they're all starting, they're below here. So what I'm going to do is just come over here. Oops. I can just grab these, copy them, and then, oh, unless I can get them all to show, but sorry, my recording window isn't big enough here. There we go. I'm going to do add custom, and then I'm going to map this to first name. Okay, and then I'll go back over here. I'm going to copy that one. Sorry, I have to do it this way because my recording window is limiting what I can actually select below the recording here. So then we're going to go ahead and add another one. Come back over to field groups, copy this one, add custom. This one is email. Add custom. This one will be website. Link to website. Add another one. Add custom. Phone. This one will be linked to phone. We'll add another one. Grab that. This one will be the X username. Okay, which is X user. We'll add another one. Custom meta. Okay, enrollment date. Do that. We need to find the hidden field, enrollment date. Okay, we'll do another one. Custom. And then the last one is user subscription. And user subscription. Now, I could technically, instead of having a field that pulls the enrollment date, I could just use entry date and not have a field and just map this advanced custom field to entry date, but it's all right. Those are options for choices. Okay, so let me save that. All right, so now I've got all my fields mapped to advanced custom fields. Okay, so now what I can do, and this is the whole purpose of this tutorial, is I can not do that. I need to do this from a logged out window, so I need to embed this form. Okay, we'll delete that. We'll add the form block and this one, and then we'll save it. Okay, and then we'll grab that URL, and then we will go to here where I'm logged out. Okay, so here we are. Make sure it's within this is the window here. Okay, so let me pop back over here real quick. So okay, I'm just gonna go back to the forms real quick. Okay, so here's my form. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and fill this out. Just with whatever. Okay. Oh. Just all fake information, okay. I'm going to set a password so I can remember it. All right, and then when I submit this, it should generate the user. Thank you for registering. You should receive an email shortly to continue your account information. Okay, so now I can go back over here. I can go to users, and I should have a user, Matt Meeker. And if I look at Matt's profile, we'll see that he was enrolled as a subscriber, and all of his data is populated here. Okay, now it's also populated in the default WordPress profile fields up here. But again, I'm using advanced custom fields so I can collect all the data with one solution and then use that data throughout my site for whatever purposes. Okay, so very nice, very simple. Uses advanced custom fields, but there are other plugins available that allow you to create custom user profile fields that you can also use and map those to the user registration form. But I use advanced custom fields because I think it's simple, it's easy, and I use it for a lot of other things like custom post types and taxonomies. So instead of having multiple tools, I just use one tool for all the things that I need. And you should be able to do that with the free version. Sorry, I'm lost. With the free version of Advanced Custom Fields. You shouldn't need the pro version in order to create those user profile fields, from what I understand. So anyway, that's that. If you have any questions, you want to know more, you need help with this, let me know. We'll also create a step-by-step tutorial, written tutorial that you can follow over on gravityranger.com if you're watching this on YouTube or somewhere else. But that way you can, if you need more instruction or more thorough step-by-step instruction than what we provided here, you can definitely get that over there. And again, feel free to use the comments wherever you're watching this, and we'll be happy to help out wherever we can, and get things rocking and rolling for you. All right, so have fun, be safe, and go build something awesome.